What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at Audi Clearwater, bringing you this brand new 2021 Audi RS7 Sportback. MSRP starts at $114,000. This black metallic that I'm bringing you, $133,640. This is all new, more aggressive, power, style, more distinctive. Powering this Quattro system, a 4.0-liter V8 twin turbo with a 48-volt hybrid system, 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque, matted to an 8-speed Tiptronic, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds, and still getting you 15 to 22 mpgs. This model has the ceramic brake package, which unlocks 190 miles per hour. We're going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. Borrowing cues from the A7, however, making it extremely more aggressive. The single frame Audi grille with the black optic package in this model, just a really nice set. I like the trims and the features and packages they've added to this model because this is exactly the spec I would do it if I were to buy this model. HD matrix headlights with Audi laser, just nice little flair to it. You got the spoiler lip here. This all helps with downforce, and it also gives you a nice subtle look. RS bumper specs. The grille widened as well, as you can see. So you see the proportions on the car, it just looks really strong. 76.8 inches of width, 56.1 inches high. RS tuned adaptive air suspension in the model. Normally, you'll be getting a standard 21-inch wheel. The model we got, 22-inch wheels. 5-spoke, titanium wheels. Got a nice little pattern here as well. Like we were saying, it has the upgraded ceramic brake package, which unlocks that 190 mile per hour speed. This one's with the red, that's a $9,000 upgrade. You can get a gray, that's $8,500. This also lowers the weight by 75 pounds on the model, and it's something that lasts longer. And realistically, if you're going that fast, you want these type of brakes. The length at 197.2 inches with the wheelbase at 115.3. Standard Audi all-wheel steering, which is really nice because the back wheels will turn in a degree to help because this vehicle is not a perfect 50-50 weight distributing. The brake disc reading at 16.5 in the front. The rear at 14.6. Black optic package giving you the black mirror caps. I just like the way it looks. It really is proportioned nicely. The way the fenders flare out, the rocker panel, black, just a nice aesthetic look. The lines that run just seamless through it, and you can tell this is a Sportback from any direction. RS rear bumpers are set with this vehicle, and everything is RS through the racing division for Audi. So you're gonna get the oval RS rear exhaust, and these are blacked out. This has your sports exhaust, which is a $1,000 upgrade, but let's be honest here. If you're spending the price, you're gonna wanna hear the cracks and the pops that come out of it. Spend the $1,000, you're gonna get your money's worth. LED rear taillights with animation. I got it on so you can see. Audi does an excellent job with their lights in the front and on the rear. Power tailgate to go inside this Sportback, going in to 24.9 cubic feet, maxing at 49 cubic feet. The best thing about a hatchback slash Sportback is you can fit so much stuff in it, and this is a 5-seater. Let's start this thing up and hear the engine. vision with large animal and pedestrian detection. It's a $2,500 upgrade. We have it in this model. Forward and rear collision assist with brake assist. These are all features that you would want in the vehicle. Dual acoustic windows for the front and the rear. This is going to make it more quiet and luxurious unless you're turning on that active exhaust note or you're going into your RS1 or 2. Let me know what you think of the exterior of this 2021 Audi RS7 in the comments as we go into the interior, go over that tech, and take this for our test drive. Entering inside this RS7, soft closed doors, which is something really nice. 37 inches of headspace, 41.3 inches of leg space, which is quite a bit for a sports car slash family car slash whatever you want to call it. You're getting the upgraded Valcona leather. The front seats are bucket seats, heated, ventilated, honeycomb with the contrast stitching in red, RS embroidered in the seats. Just a really fabulous setup. The carbon fiber inlays that's in the vehicle is also unique to it as well. It is an upgraded price, but it really sets a nice tone, and it has a nice texture to it as well. Heads-up display, the dash, the way it's set, you have a bi-level dash, which just sets it apart. 3 different infotainment screens, starting with your driver cluster at 12.3 Audi Virtual Cockpit, which is some of the best technology on the market. 10.1-inch MMI touchscreen with your navigation, Sirius XM, Bluetooth connectivities with Audi smartphone interface, wireless charging inside here, 2 USB ports, a little bit of storage. The bottom screen, 8.8 inches. Pretty much is derived for your climate control, your seat settings, for your driving modes, and if you need to write anything for your navigation. The way everything sets and is polished, very unique, very modern. The steering wheel, I like that they didn't put any Alcantara in the leather that they have. It's a grippy type leather because of the way the bullets are in it. Cross stitch, RS mode, which is also new. This is basically like your M mode select, which we have some reviews in the description. When you push it the first time, it's going to make the car more aggressive, changes your tachometer to a straight racing level. Push it again, now you're taking everything off. There's no safety. This vehicle is just ready for the racetrack. Push it a third time, back to normal driving. And that's what you get with this RS7. Paddle shifters, just the whole thing is unique. RS badging on the bottom, nice pop. Door panel, the carbon fiber, Alcantara, soft textures for the elbows. Plenty of storage space in the door panel. You could probably fit 2 or 3 16.9-ounce bottles. One touch up and down for all 4 windows, and these are dual pane windows. 16 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, 4 climate control settings, USB ports, 12-volt chargers. You just got all the amenities that you need. Let's check out the back seat. The back seat, we're getting 37.1 inches of headspace, 37 inches of leg space. 3 adults could pretty much fit here with no problem. I will say if you're 6'3", 6'4" like me, the center, which we'll see, might be a little bit tough. Dual climate control settings, heated seats in the rear, 2 USBs, and a 12-volt. So you have 3 charging ports in the rear, which is really nice. Air vents in the side pillar and in the center, storage behind both of the seats. Door panel, the carbon fiber comes back into here. You got the race red stitching, which looks really nice. Soft on the elbows on both sides, which is good. 16.9-ounce bottle of water can fit perfectly fine. You have some more storage in here. A nice thing, you can fit a 20-ounce bottle in the center. This does make some clicking noises, which you know it's up. Door panel storage, I would say you could fit maybe 2 16.9-ounce bottles. Let's see how I look in the center. All right, guys, sitting in the center, as I was saying, if you're around 6 foot or less in height, you should be fine. But 6'3", it's going to be a little uncomfortable. My legs are kind of touching the back of the seats. My head is hitting the headliner. But some nice things that they do is they have this like little bit of an indentation area. So if you sit up like this, my head isn't hitting the headliner, which is really good for a sportsback. And that's basically what I'm saying. 3 adults fitting in this sportback RS7. Going into some of the settings, this is more or less your home page, sliding over so you can see what we have in the model. Click into the vehicle settings, the RS monitor. This is pretty nice because this will tell you pretty much all the functionality of the vehicle. It's going to tell you how hot it is, how cold, and whatnot of that. So it gives you all the information, and it also gives you a G reading force, and it tells you your tire pressure monitor. So these are all nice little things, especially if you're taking it to the track. You can go to your Audi driver select. you can change and raise the suspension in there, and you can also change the RS modes, which is really nice. So you can set everything as sport as you want, as you're seeing through here, and that would be all derived through the steering wheel with this RS button that is now implemented, basically like your BMW's M mode button. Go back into the vehicle settings, and again, everything, as you see, all sport derived. If you go into RS2 to reconfigure it, this is going to have the same presets, but you can turn on and off, and you can make everything a little bit more sport derived. And what that will do is it'll also change everything here, so your tachometer will look different, which looks really cool when you push the throttle too. It gives a nice little throaty exhaust. Also up here on your heads-up display, you'll have a boomerang effect. If you just put it into a normal drive mode, it'll change that, and you probably hear that exhaust note has changed. You'll have the boomerang look here in the center. The driver assist, this is pretty much everything the vehicle has. You can go individually, and you could turn on and off the features, which I kind of like that because it makes it, a little bit more friendly, especially if you're going to take it on the track. You can also click the driver assist button, and it'll pull up your assistance. 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 is immense, and this is a 5-seat, more or less like hatchback, but it is a sportback because this is an Audi. It is a fun car, and that's what we're going to basically try to show you today, how fun this vehicle is. You can hear that exhaust note just hitting a low tune, which is fabulous. I really do like that. Just driving in normal, the dual pane windows cuts out everything except for the exhaust note, and I'm okay with that because that's what I want to hear. You do have your blind spot monitoring. Realistically though, there's no blind spots in this vehicle. You go too fast to even worry about blind spots, so the visibility is good. The heads-up display is a nice touch too because I don't really have to take my eyes off of anything at all. And I mean, you have all the safety features for the front and the rear, so you don't really have to worry about that. And people can actually hear this engine coming. This 4.0 liter twin turbo engine is just a beast. This is found in your Lamborghini. This is found in your Bentley Bentayga. So they use this engine on a lot of different models. And Volkswagen, the Audi brand, they just are building things so nice. And it's not overly priced considering the amount of power you get. Normally, this type of vehicle would be almost $150,000 to $200,000. You get it under that. And I mean, you just go, no problem at all. No hesitation, there's no turbo lag. This is just a vehicle that you want to relax and enjoy with. The suspension holds itself, even with upgraded wheels. I don't feel anything at all. I don't feel any road imperfections, nothing of that nature. Give it a little go, and that's what you want when you get an RS7. You get the power, and it is super fast power. The brakes, you want these type of brakes. Even though it's a $9,000 premium, I don't know if I would actually buy the $9,000 premium. I'd probably be fine with the other one, because even if you go on the track, chances are you're not going to really go to 190 miles an hour. And if you do, I mean, you might have some service issues, but it is a nice feature that you have to, it unlocks something. I just hate that you have to spend $9,000 in order to unlock the feature. Quietness in the cabin, it's like a library inside here, except for that throaty exhaust, which is really nice. If I don't want to hear it, I just push a button, go into comfort like that. I don't hear anything. Literally, I can't hear hardly nothing at all. So I would definitely keep it in the dynamics. It also will raise and lower the suspension to make it more sporty for you as you drive. This does have your 4-wheel steering, which helps with cornering, and it also helps getting in and out of things, especially when you're going faster. It's just going to make it a lot more positive. The steering response, it's very light. You don't really feel anything in the steering. Now, if I were to put it in the RS2, which I just did so, it still feels the same. It doesn't really change anything, so you don't really have the sports steering wheel, which is a nice touch if you're not used to a heavier weighted steering wheel. If you want something that can glide through things, this is definitely that vehicle. Downshift, give her a little go. Oh wow. It's just a lovely note. The sad thing is, it goes too fast, too quick, so you really can't enjoy it in rural areas. Putting it back into regular mode so we can just hear how the car drives. We got all the safety features on the vehicle now. There's no throaty exhaust. Hear how it sounds. You don't really hear too much wind noise. It does have good aerodynamics, the way everything's set and polished off with the vehicle. So they did a really good job masking and keeping everything really quiet. This is the best part about a four-wheel steering vehicle. You can turn in the middle of the road, and even though it's a long car, you see you turn perfectly fine. And the reason why I like to show these things is because this is what helps those essence when you don't have a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. So it's a really nice feature. Stop here in the middle of the road, downshift, floor it. It's just ready to rock and roll. Very smooth transition. I like the engine note. And again, you want it in comfort mode? Turn it on comfort mode on the fly. We're gonna take this back to Audi Clearwater, go over that reverse camera, and wrap this review up. You do have trajectory, and it is a very clean reverse camera. 360 degrees as you're seeing, and you also have the 3D, which is something that I always point out. It is super nice because it shows every single thing. So if there's anything that's gonna hurt the vehicle, especially with these big tires, you can see it, and you can see it instantly. So when you drive, it's moving with you. If you turn on the lights, you can see the lights in the rear, or you can see them in the front. So that way you can see the dynamic lights through that infotainment screen. Or you can leave it as your reverse camera, and you can change different camera positionings in it. And with Audi brand, you just have a lot of different settings. So just to kind of go through them as quick as possible, it's just so many different viewpoints. But the best is really the 3D and the 360 degree reverse camera. I'd like to thank Audi of Clearwater for giving us this 2021 Audi RS7 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button. Check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Ride.